everyone, my name is Fazriniza binti Muhammad Azri, and I will present about the executive summary and also the company background. So, Solbol by Kak Kia UMS is the fourth branch of Kak Kia Cake House, which is located in University Malaysia Sabah. So, talk about Kak Kia Cake House. Actually, Kak Kia Cake House is a company that produce bakery-based products that caters to both the local community as well as tourists with the cakes and pastry, which is located in the city of Kota Kinabalu. And as for now, they have successfully opened 5 branch of Kak Kia Cake and Coffee House, which is at Papar, Butatan, Kingfisher, UMS, and also UiTM. And basically, they has offer ready-made and custom sweets using Sabah source ingredients, and they also have provide services for home parties such as taking cake orders, for example like wedding and birthday cake. And besides that, Kak Kia Cake House also have more than 50 agents, which are called Agent Melty in Sabah, such as in Kinarut, Sandakan, and Ranau. Next is company background. So based on the phone interview done with the supervisor of Solbol UMS, the Shamimi Nur Azrin binti Mazlan, Solbol has been operating for about 3 years since September 2019 until today. And the manager of Solbol UMS and other branches of Kak Kia Cake and Coffee House is Dayang Irmi Hafziani, the daughter of the founder of Kak Kia. In fact, Kak Kia business is actually a family business concept which began by selling cakes house to house around Bazaar and Papar in 2007, and then in 2013, her daughter decided to expand the family business by introducing cakes in jar on the internet, and due to the demand of the customers, they successfully opened 5 branches of cafe with a variety of products other than food and beverage. And in addition, all of Kak Kia Cake is inspired by Mrs. Dayang Rokia binti Mustafa herself, which inherited from her children. Fourth branch of Kak Kia Cake and Coffee House, named Solbol, is actually located in the library of University Malaysia Sabah. Their operating hours is from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and currently just having 2 of permanent staff in their full time of operating average. However, in a certain time, they will recruit part-time staff in order to help them run their daily business basis. And most of the part-time staff are the students from University Malaysia Sabah. And basically, customers who walk in to Solbol UMS are UMS students as well as the staff. And Solbol is the only one cake cafe in UMS which serves several menus of food and beverage with special student price.
Hi, I'm Adi. I'll proceed the presentation by presenting our findings on the external and internal environment assessment. For a starter, let's discuss on the external environment assessment. For this project, PES analysis were used. PES analysis, that is referring to political, economic, socio-cultural, and technological, is a management technique that enables a company to evaluate the external environment factors that have an impact on its operation in order to increase its level of market competitiveness. First, we have matters related with political factors. Malaysia offers a lot of government assistance, particularly to all Bumiputras who wish to launch a SME, small or medium enterprise company, by offering opportunities in the form of soft loans and provide seminars. Second component of this PES analysis is economical factor. The current exchange rate between the Malaysian ringgit and the US dollar is 1 ringgit to USD 0.23 cents. In order to enhance the productivity of local product brands, the government is incentivizing consumers to buy more locally produced goods. Third component of this analysis is socio-cultural factors. Different countries have different social and cultural influences on business. Solbol UMS also sell cakes and cookies in a range of flavors for many types of occasions. Here, the business might seize the chance by contacting organizations or any UMS faculties to supply their goods. Last but not least is technological factors. Because of the way things are now and how many people here utilize social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to advertise their products, this technological component can provide Solvol UMS with a lot of options such as in the area of internet marketing. Moving on to internal environment assessment, this project focuses on the 4 P's of marketing to analyze the internal environment assessment. 4 P's of marketing were used to analyze the internal environment factors. The marketing mix, which includes the 4 P's of marketing, and that is product, pricing, place, and promotion, is frequently used. The first P is the product. Solvol Cafe used a range of methods to ensure the quality of its food. Fresh ingredients were used to make each pastry from scratch. The second P is pricing. The price of the product at Solvol is cheaper than the official price at the main branch and is reasonable for students and staff to buy food and drinks. The third P is place. Solvol UMS might take advantage of opportunity by getting in touch with businesses, agencies of the government, and educational institutions to supply their goods, like colleges or schools. The last P in this component is promotions. Method of getting people to see bakery advertisement on social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you. Let's move on to the next slide.
Hi, good day everyone. I'm Fanny. I will continue to present about analysis SWOT. First, about strange. Strange is taste of food. One of strange that Solvol have is they have their own cake recipe which were invented by the founder of Kakia Cake and Coffee House. The second is the famous brand itself. The well-known brand itself, which is present in a variety of places like Papara, Kingfisher, Solvol UMS, and Solvol UITM, is the strength of Kakia Cake House. Third, reasonable price. Solvol UMS provide a student price for the student. And the next is weakness. Is lack of staff. One of the biggest weakness of Solvol UMS is they don't have enough staff, which influence their customer service. Second, limited access to inter UMS. Another one of the Solvol UMS weakness is the only UMS professor, staff, and student are allowed inside the library. The third is lack diversity. They only sell coffee, cake, and other items such as meatball, while other Kakia outlet provide wider choice of food such as spaghetti and many more. The third is for opportunity. Opportunity is NQ interior design. Solvol has a good interior design inside the library UMS. The second is for opportunity. Always follow the trends. Their consequences including brand establishment, expansion within the target market segment, the identification of new secondary market, the building of consumer loyalty and competitive defense. And the third is good interaction. This allows for a greater choice of material to work with, allowing for more experimentation and the generation of new ideas. And the last one is for the trade. The trade is customer preference because not all the menu of Kakia Cake House available in Solvol UMS. The second last is for new entrance. New competitor can easily enter the market when there are only a cake cafe in UMS, and this will affect Solvol UMS in terms of sale of profit as well. Then it's also become a threat of substitute where customers can easily find different solution they offering. That's all for me. I will pass to my friend for the next slide. Thank you.
For the issue problem identification, we found 4 issues. First, shortage of workers. We found that staff always posting in their social media to find a new recruitment. Second, insufficient facilities. We found that Solbol have limited space to put more facilities such as table and chair in the library UMS. The third is Solbol cannot have a more option in the menu because the kind of the menu is cannot serve at there, which is they cannot cook. Library UMS have their own rule on there. The last is they do not have the specific social media. For now, all the updates and promotion are posted on the account of Kakia Cake House social media social. For the development of alternative, we use the SWOT matrix to develop the alternative. First is the SO, strength and opportunities. The uniqueness of the beautiful interior design can make the cafe have a good brand awareness. The reasonable price and good taste of food can make the good attraction to customer. Having a famous brand that always follow the trend can make people aware that brand. Next is the ST, the strength and the threats. The brand awareness of the Solbol itself is more excellent than the new competitors. They have the strength to that over the competitors. Then the affordable price and the good taste of the food can gain the customer loyalty. The Solbol can open up the new place within the area UMS to have the suitable place to satisfy the customer preference. And next is the weakness and the opportunities, WO. The menu can be added to several times in the option of the menu that follow the rule of library UMS, which is they cannot cook in there. Then they can recruit the more part-timer from a student based on their leisure time to work there. And then for the social media, they can do more for effective marketing for Solbol UMS for the good attraction. Then for the WT, the weakness and the threats. The space, since the space of the cafe is limited, but with the uniqueness of the interior design, can we decrease the competition within the new competitors. Then the menu that added can attract more customer. Every time they add new menu, people will come to test the kind of the new brand menu. Then the recruit more worker can change the customer preference for the waiting time. The more workers, they can easy to handle the customer. That's all for me.
Hi, my name is Adita Reni Launer. My part is evaluation alternative. The first evaluation alternative is hiring more part-timer. With the issue Solbol had encountered was a shortage of workers, long checkout queues during a peak hours are a sign of thriving business that is attracting new and regular customers. However, in order to maintain customer satisfaction, Solbol must reduce wait times. With the alternative suggested, which is hiring more part-timer where the part-timer is the student UMS itself. Next, part-time employees provide countless benefits to Solbol, which is a cut labor cost, where hiring a part-time employees is very economical. Generally, these employees work for an hourly wage and can be scheduled based on the needs of Solbol business. When the peak time, the employees of Solbol needs more hands. Part-time employees is exactly what they need for. Second, boost employee morale. Where part-time employees allow them to boost morale by giving full-time employees a break. The third advantage is flexibility. Unlike full-time employees, part-time workers do not have to be scheduled for a set amount of hours. The fourth advantage is less burnout, where the burnout rate among part-time employees is very low. Lastly is higher quality work, where another perk of hiring part-time employees is that they can be trained to specialize in specific tasks. When there is advantages, it also comes with disadvantages, which is when Solvol hiring a part-time, it can cause them several problems, where the problem that Solvol will face is lower engagement, which is part-time employees don't spend as much time at work, so they may not contribute as much to company culture or motivated to achieve business goals. Second is less dependability, where there is a less involvement and commitment on both sides. Part-timers may feel less beholden to the Solvol needs. Lastly is managerial stress, where part-time schedules mean more workers for managers to supervise and train, and the managers is likely to have frequently repeat employee training and other communication. The second evaluation alternative is having big facilities. The common problem that have been faced by Solvol while operating their business inside of the UMS library is the facility itself, which is a small area and they can do more than what they can do now. The advantages of having big facilities is they can have a big area and make more dessert and beverage and others menu. But the disadvantages that they will face is losing customers, where most of their customers are students and staff of the library who stay inside of the library. If they move out from the library, their regular customer might not want to go out far from the library, just want to buy a dessert or beverage when they take a break from doing their assessment or their work. The third evaluation alternative is adding more options in the menu, where right now the option of menu in Solvol UMS is limited, where the customer cannot choose other fruits because the menu of Solvol is always same. The advantages of variety option in the menu is have a bit of every taste, where a direct perk of having variety option in the menu that they can accommodate more variety of dessert. This will enable Solvol to serve a various tastes but within their target market and even aim a large market. Second advantages is leave them hanging for more, where when the food is great, one of the biggest perks of having variety menu is that it will act as a tool for customer retention. Solvol customer will love to come back for more, especially if they know there are other delicious menus items that Solvol serve. Lastly, for the disadvantages, to add more dessert and beverage in the menu is not customer friendly. By a fun fact regarding menus, customers spend an average 109 seconds looking at the menu before deciding to eat. Second disadvantages is menu optimizations becomes a tiresome process, which is optimizing the menus is an essential cafe operations. It includes studying which dessert and beverage work well, which one is not, which need to be used for marketing, and which is to scrap off. The last alternative is to create social media for Solvol, where Kia doesn't have social media for the other branch, which is they mainly use the main media social, where this is can make their customer confused because they don't know which branch have a promotion or so on. With the alternative, the advantages of it is get in touch with the target market. One of the most obvious benefits of social media for business is that Solvol can reach and stay connected with their target market 24 hours 7. What is more, half of the UMS students, staff, and lecturers are active users of social networks. Second is use flexible and opportunities. In those locations where Facebook as well as other platforms such as Instagram and Twitter will give Solvol a very flexible option for setting up the most targeted advertising campaign. The third advantages is benefits from the user-generated. The third advantages is benefits the user-generated content. Other than the fact that can create a branded content that has the potential to go viral, Solvol can also take advantage of user-generated content. Plus, the user-generated content may be perfectly linked to the hashtag. The disadvantages of social media that Solvol should always is the risk of getting negative feedback, where there is always risk of getting negative feedback from customer testimonials and response because it is impossible to satisfy everyone. Second disadvantages is the necessity to constantly come up with something new, where the amount of content consumed on social networks is constantly growing. Lastly, Solvol competitors can easily copy that strategy, where one of the most controversial points is that social media is goldmine of valuable information about business strategies. Unfortunately, not only Solvol but also their competitors can observe what they are going to do to attract and retain their customer, what kind of ideas that will develop and try, also how they collect testimonial of their product and what kind of tools they use for advertising. For the recommendation, the alternative have been chosen is to hire additional part-time workers. Due to the constraint of the student schedule, the manager must flexible with the working hours. For example, is they must schedule the working hours around the student free time, and they should hire more than 1 or 2 students as well as the student from other of faculties. Due to the fact that each student has a varied class attendance schedule, Solvol should have not used the student schedule as a reason for not employing them. When they adhere to the student schedule, their operation can run smoothly and their customer do not have to wait excessively long for their orders to be taken by the cashier. In conclusion, Solvol already has their own consumer base and they ought to maintain the relationships that they have with their current customer. Whereas in Solvol UMS, the most significant problem that they had to deal with was a lack of available staff. They need to look into other potential solutions to the issue that they are dealing with, where they should hire more part-timers so that it can add full-time employees and so that full-time employees do not experience burnout while doing this job. This is due to the fact that the lack of personnel will also have an impact on the performance of their work as well as the level of pleasure that their clients feel towards the services they receive. The manager of Solvol cannot view this situation as a straightforward issue because it may result in the establishment losing more of its regular consumers. They are able to see how it's influenced their company both positively